Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Woolen Words and my name is Mariah. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a hot minute since I have posted a knitting podcast or an update kind of video, but I am glad to be back. I have been knitting and crocheting and it's been a ton of fun, so I can't wait to show you what I've been up to. Okay, so I'm just gonna dive right in. First things first, let's talk finished objects. So technically I have like a million finished projects or finished objects, but I really just want to show like a few of them today because a lot of what I've been doing is for like markets or to sell to people, whether it be like online or in person. I have quite a little bit of like inventory or stock. So, and also I think I'm also gonna give some as gifts if I don't end up selling them or if something comes up where I need a gift for somebody. I've been crocheting a lot of amigurumi and I can show you a few. I keep looking over here because that's where they're at. But I can show you a few of them really quick, and then I can also insert a video of like all of them and you can see the vast array of amigurumi I've been up to. I've been doing a lot of velvet yarn, like squishy, is it chenille? I don't know the difference, but let me grab one. I grabbed a few to show you. They're very little and very squishy and I love that. I love these little guys. So cute. And then I have, this one is like super squishy. I really wanted these ones to be like little stress balls. That's not the right word, but almost like a little, what do you call those? Like a fidget? I don't know. But here's a little frog. This one and a few others I made out of Bernat velvet. I think this one might have been like baby velvet. But yes, I have like a blue and purple, pink, red in this yarn, the Bernat. And then these ones were Yarn Bee velvet, I think it's called, that I got because they were on sale and they had some good colors to make some animals out of. So that is what I've been crocheting. Let me put these back really quick. And again, that has been super fun, but I feel like that's a different, in my mind, that's like a different type of making. And I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else. I hope it does, but in my mind, that's like a whole separate thing. I did want to share another crochet project that I finished, and it's actually right here. This is the Big Wanderlust bandana, and as the name suggests, it is very big. It's very large and has such fun stitches in it. I can definitely show you like a close-up. I can try right here. I don't know how well it's gonna do. But it is this really fun bandana. I think they're super cute, and this one in particular, I mean, this one was just fun to make. Like this one I made because I wanted it and it was super fun. The stitches are so fun and cool, and every row is like just a little bit different, and so it's very interesting to work up. And the yarn that I used, I believe, was also Yarn Bee. Yes, so this I made out of Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek. This is just their low pill acrylic yarn, and this is the color Blushy. So it's like lovely pinks and purples, a little bit of red in there, and I thought it was a really nice color, and I wanted to make this bandana out of it. I thought it came out so cute. It's adorable. I even love how it's like really pointy at the end. It almost curls a little bit. All right, and if you have been following me on TikTok or Instagram, I've been a little bit more active recently. Hopefully I can keep that up. You have definitely seen that I have finished a major long-term project. And I did make a video where I almost finished it. I made some really good progress in that video, and that is on the Hummingbird sweater by Camilla et Godfredson, I think. But this sweater is finally done. literally took me 2 years on and off. Definitely not working on it straight for 2 years, but taking lots of breaks, feeling really burnt out on it. It's for my Nana, my mom's mom. And so it's very special and very near and dear to me. And hummingbirds are her favorite birds. So she's really going to love this. These are some of her favorite colors as well. Like this red and this green are like her two favorite colors. So I'm really hoping that she loves this. I am going to finally get to give it to her in just a couple weeks. She's coming at the beginning of June, the very beginning of June. She's coming that weekend to, well, one, to celebrate her birthday with us, but then also just to visit with her and her sisters. They're all coming. It's going to be a little fun family weekend. We're going to do a bunch of stuff because they've never been to Dallas. So that'll be really, really fun. But let me talk about this sweater a little bit. This sweater is made out of Pieri yarn. It is 100% wool. It's not superwash, but I used, I think, 6 different colors. This red, this beautiful like brick red, almost maroon color is Vintner. And then I have this darker green, or this like green, is Aurora. And then this lighter green is a very pale light green. It almost, next to this green, it almost just comes off as white, but it is a little bit green. But that one is called Sea Glass. This blue is called Admiral, and it's a really just royal blue. It's really beautiful. And then this purpley pink kind of color you can see that one is called Kaluna. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it, but forgive me. And then the last little color right here, for the beak and the eye, it's a very dark purple plum kind of color, and it's called Cobbler. So just imagine like a blackberry cobbler or something. That's exactly what it looks like. Very beautiful. I love this yarn. It's a fingering weight yarn. Like I said, 100% wool. It worked up really nicely, and this is my first ever knit sweater. So this was quite the project, quite the undertaking for me. But I'm really, really happy. I'm really proud of it, and I'm so thankful that I finally finished it and I'm able to give it to her very soon. It was like perfect timing, and that I could get it all ready for her, and everything is sewn and blocked, and I even put a little tag in the back. It says "Stitched with Love," and that is, obviously so she can tell the back of the sweater, but also it just makes it look more finished, and I love that. I think it's so fun. I don't know. I just think it's so cool. I did have to redo the collar, because it is a pretty tight collar. I'm sure this is how a lot of panel knit sweaters are, but you just pick up the stitches for the collar and then you knit the ribbing. The first time I did it, the ribbing itself was fine, but the way that I bound it off made it really tight, so you couldn't stretch the ribbon. I tried to do it loosely. I really did. I tried to bind off loosely, and it still was just like, would not give very much. So I ripped that out when I found out that I couldn't put the sweater on, and I went up a needle size. I think for the sweater I used a 3.5 millimeter needle, so I think I went up to a 4 millimeter needle, and this made sure that the ribbing itself was pretty forgiving. But then also I did the super stretchy bind off or something like that. I think that's what it's called. It's like a super stretchy. So you like yarn over and then slip your stitches over the yarn over and the stitch to bind off. So it definitely made it very stretchy, but that's good because I don't want her to have to like mess up her hair to put the sweater on. I want to make it easy for her to put it on if she wants to wear it. So yeah, like I said, this was a labor of love. This was definitely an undertaking, but once I read through the pattern and I got used to it, like it wasn't that hard. You just have to, as a beginner, I had no idea what I was doing, so I had to really figure it out as I went along and looked up lots of tutorials and definitions and abbreviations and everything to make sure I was doing it right. So quite the project. I'm very proud of it. I'm super happy with how it came out. I love this, almost like, it's like a Fair Isle color work design. And I love this. I love it so much. I think it's fun to knit up because it's a 10-row repeat and it's just interesting and really, like I said, fun to knit up, to work up. It's keeps it moving fast because you're constantly changing colors, and it's beautiful in the end. I love the way that it came out, and I think it's so fun that you see it throughout the sweater, on the neck and then the sleeves. And then the birds, I knit the green and the light green. I knit those as color work as I was knitting up the sweater, and you can see a video of how I did that on my channel, so be sure to check that out if you want to know how I did this. And then after the sweater was done, after I sewed everything together, the very last thing that I did was duplicate stitch the details on the birds. And oh my gosh, I knew it was going to make a difference, but I did not realize how much of a difference that was going to make for the sweater. I feel like it's just a completely different sweater, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is a very warm sweater. It took forever and I'm so excited to give it to my Nana. I think she's really gonna love it, and I hope she wears it, and it'll be a really nice gift to give her. I'm very excited, and hopefully I get some footage of like giving it to her as a gift, or at least some pictures, because that would be really fun. I think that's all I have to say about this laborious, beautiful, amazing sweater. And now we can move on to works in progress. I have quite a few. I have a few for sure. So first one I want to talk about is something, again, that I have shared on this channel before. If you've checked out my other podcasts, you can definitely see the start of this project. And then this is a cute little project bag that I'm keeping it in. I got this at Target in their little dollar spot section. I guess it was a couple years ago. They had it, I believe it was for spring and summer, that time of year. I haven't seen them have any recently, but maybe they'll come out with another wave of them. They're just really cute. It does have a drawstring top like this, but I have just been leaving it open because I've been working on it every day this week, so I've been making some real progress and it's really exciting. So let me show you and try and not drop stitches in the process. Okay. This is my Soundstone poncho. Side note, I really need to invest in needle stoppers. I don't have any, and I really want some. I really need some. So if you know any good needle stoppers or stores or Etsy's or something that sells needle stoppers, please let me know. Anyway, back to the Soundstone poncho. This is... I was about to say, this is a poncho. Yes, very much. It is a poncho, or it will be. And this is a pattern by Laura Schmidt. It is beautiful pattern. It has lovely texture, lots of texture. There's this beautiful yarn over design on the front and the back. And I'm sure once I block it, it'll really shine through. You can kind of see it a little better here, maybe. So this has been ongoing for about maybe a year, year and a half, because I did start it after the hummingbird sweater, but then I very quickly like fell into a knitting slump. We were moving into our house, which we have a house now. So there's just a lot going on, and I didn't really work on a lot of stuff. I worked on stuff that I could finish really quickly because I needed some like instant gratification, but all of my bigger projects went to the wayside for a long time. But I'm back. I'm really happy to be working on this again. Anyway, you start with this beautiful cable. It's very simple cable. Again, this is my first time knitting a cable, so I was really happy with how simple it was and how easy it was, because I don't know, it just looks so fancy and mysterious of like, how the heck do you do that? So I was really pleased with how well and how quickly the cable worked up. So you knit the cable and then you seam it together, and you pick up stitches on the side, and then you work up to the top, to the neck, and then you pick up stitches again and work down the rest of the body. So the top, I will say, the top of this went so fast. The rows got shorter and shorter, and lots of decreases, and then it's like a rolled neck right here, so you just knit straight and then bind off, and so it went really fast. And then now that I'm on the body, it's getting bigger every other row, and so it is going slower and slower, it feels like. But I'm really excited because of the yarn. The yarn has been keeping me going through this project. It is beautiful yarn. I am obsessed with it. I love it so, so much. And I think my favorite of the yarns so far is the one that I'm working up now. It is from Destination Yarn, and she has a DFW colorway. I don't think she has any on her website right now of this specific like color set, but she has brought it back a few times now. So if you want it, be on the lookout for it. She might be bringing it back. I'm not sure. However, this is her DFW colorway. There's 4 colors that I have, and this top one is called the Stars at Night, and it is a really pretty, it reminds me of Starry Night by Van Gogh. It's beautiful. You have little pops of yellow and light blue and just white. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I will say this yarn did color my fingers a little bit. Just this one though. I think it's like the dark purple in there. I think it was just bleeding a little bit onto my fingers. Not a big deal. Did not stain them or anything. It washed right off. So I am curious how that will do when I'm blocking it though. It might bleed some color off of it, but that's okay. We'll figure it out when we get there. I'm sure it'll be fine. The blue color right here is this beautiful tonal blue color. It is denim. And then I am now working on this amazing colorway with lots of little fun specks of color. It is called Wide Open Spaces. It is definitely a perfect match for like prairie lands with a lot of wildflowers in it. It's just gorgeous. And then once I have a few more inches of this color, I am going to transition into the 4th color, which is I have in this yarn cake, and this is called Longhorn. It's again very Texas themed. All of these are very beautiful Texas themes. I just pictured having a poncho that was a Texas landscape in a poncho, and I thought that was a really fun idea. I did try it on when I was making the neck. I wanted to see how long I wanted to make the neck, and I went ahead and just did the full pattern length. I'm envisioning using this obviously when it's cold, but I think my favorite way to use like jackets and ponchos are for those nights when you're either out really late or, you know, once the sun sets and it's dark, maybe you're around a fire and you just need an extra layer to like help keep you warm. More like a little blanket, a little personal blanket. And that's why I wanted a poncho specifically for something like that. So I think this will be really nice. Actually, I should move a progress keeper. I'm gonna move this one. I have a little cactus. It's a little cactus. It's a little charm that I got, and I just put it on a little lobster claw for a progress keeper. So let me move this just up here, and then we can see how much progress I actually make the next time that I talk to you guys about this. So I am excited to work on that. Let's move on. I need to go a little bit faster because I have a few more to talk to you about. This one is a sock that I am making for my husband, Ben. We both have really big feet, so socks are still a project. But that's okay. This is working up really fast now that I'm actually working on it. I did a German short row heel, so that is my first time doing a German short row heel, and I think I liked knitting it. It was very nice and simple to knit it. We will see how my husband likes wearing it in comparison to just like a heel flap and gusset, like a slip stitch heel flap and gusset, because that's the only thing I've ever done. And the other thing that I'm trying, this is my try all the new things sock. So I started it toe up, which I've also never done, and that has been interesting. I do like it. I don't know that I prefer it, but we shall see. I don't know. I'm reserving my judgment until I am done making a pair of toe-up socks, and then I will see if I want to keep doing it that way or if I will go back to top down. Like I said, I made it past the heel. The other thing that I am doing differently is I am helical knitting because I have two skeins of yarn that are very different. This yarn they're both pattern sock yarn. This one is just like the Croy standard blue-brown marl that they had. I honestly don't know if they make this anymore, which is why I had to go get a different yarn because, again, we both have very big feet, so I needed more yarn to make some socks. And I found, or actually my husband picked it out to go with it, and this one is the Patton's Croy Socks FX, and this is in sidewalk colors, and it's one of those, I forget what you call it, but it's twisted, like there's colors twisted into the yarn, and I don't remember what that's called, but that's what this is. And so I decided to try helical knitting so that the socks didn't come out wildly different from each other. There's still going to be variation, of course, because the blue-brown marl is a variegated yarn, but so far it's coming out really nicely. It's in progress. Hopefully it fits well, and hopefully my husband likes it. Hopefully he wears it. Let me go ahead and grab the other pair of socks that I'm working on. Oh, and I didn't even mention the project bag that I had it in. I'm sorry. This one, these both are from Paper Crane Yarns, and I ordered these, I guess like a year ago or so, and I love them. They are the perfect size for a small little project like socks or a hat, or I don't know, I feel like even the start of a bigger project, you could totally use this, and obviously until it gets too big, but I love these. They are a drawstring top with, actually let me show you this one because it's a little easier. It has 2 pockets on the inside of this one, this size, I should say, and she chooses the cutest fabric. I love this so much. And I think this one is like a perfect little autumn forest scene, and then the inside is lined with acorns, and it is so cute. I love it so much. And then this one has like bats and moths and little flowers on it, and this one she lined with little strawberries, which I think is just adorable. It makes me think that the bats on here are just little fruit bats flying around finding their strawberries. I think it's really cute, and I'm very happy with them. This other sock that I am working on, I actually just started the second sock, even though I'm not done with this first one, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But this is Chaos Fibers denim tonal like fingering sock yarn. Yeah, this is a crochet sock, and it is a herringbone sock pattern. I will have all of the project details like probably on screen, and then also on my Ravelry project page you can see all of these projects if you're interested in any of the patterns or yarn that I'm using. This is coming up really nicely. I do really like it. The yarn is really nice, and I think I have enough to make these into shorty socks, so I probably won't do too much more after the heel, but I had to stop and start the second sock because I don't know that I have enough yarn. So these are my balls of yarn. They are kind of a mess, but this is all of the yarn that I have from this color, or like of this color. I barely started this other one, which I haven't really been working on as much. I feel like I haven't been wanting to crochet as much as I've been wanting to knit, which is really funny because I started off crocheting and I only recently learned how to knit. So I think that's just really funny. But yeah, so those are my socks that I'm working on. Slowly but surely I will get those done. And then I have a couple more that I just want to quickly touch on. I haven't been working on these as much. One is crochet and one is knit. And this one is my knit project, and it is coming up really nicely actually. I really am happy with how this is turning out. This is my ranunculus. I am finally making one because I had some yarn that I wanted to get rid of. I just don't know what else I would make with it, so I was trying to use it up, and I love this colorway. It's beautiful, like blue gray at the bottom, and then it transitions into these like tans and browns, and I think it's really fun. It's really fluffy and fuzzy, but it is yarn that I got on clearance. It's Yarn Bee Feeling Gradient in the color Oh My Onyx. So again, I got this on clearance. It was very cheap for what it was. So I'm slowly working on this. It's not really a priority project for me right now, but you know, I think it's a fun thing. And again, the pattern is as popular as it is for a reason. Like, it's a very beautifully written pattern. There's so many modifications. There's so many things you can do or change, or it's just a great pattern, and there are so many resources just in the pattern alone. But I wanted to make like the short sleeve, like cropped version of it. So that's what I'm working on there. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been touching it a lot, but I do want to get that done at some point. So that is really, really nice. And then the last works in progress that I have is a crochet top. It's a very noisy bag. My beautiful project bag. I actually need to change it out of here. I have another project bag that I'll show you in a minute, but I haven't done that yet because I wanted to show you the bag. This is really drapey, so it might be a little hard to show you. Okay, here we are. This is going to be a crochet V-neck sweater, and the pattern is a video pattern. It's a free pattern that I've been following. I'm about to join it for the V-neck part. I'm a couple rows away from doing that. But so for right now, this is what it looks like. I love the drape that I'm getting from this. It's gorgeous yarn, gorgeous pattern. I'm really excited about it. Let me show you what yarn it is. So for this color, I have the K&C Knit and Crochet Pearl yarn. It is 70% lyocell and 30% viscose. So it is a lighter yarn. I feel like it's really cool to the touch. I feel like it'll be really good for like summer, spring, all of the warmer months. And it is a 2-weight yarn, and it is in the color hazelnut. So this is like the main color that I'm working for the sweater, and then depending on if I have enough or not, I might run out of that yarn. So I have this other yarn, which here's the label for. This is a Lion Brand True Boo. It's a bamboo from rayon from bamboo yarn, and this is in the color tan, and it is a DK weight yarn. So it's a little bit bigger, which I think is fine, especially because it's still that same soft, like cooler fabric that it'll make. Excuse me. But my thought was, if I run out of the hazelnut, then I can do all of the hemming, like the neckline and the cuffs and even like the bottom hem of the sweater in that lighter color, which I don't know that I've ever seen a sweater do that before. It might be a little funny. I don't know. Advise against it if you don't think that's a good idea, but I am crocheting this with a 5mm hook, and I believe I use a different one for the ribbing. But yeah, this is just a fun little project that I'm making because I wanted to use that yarn. I love that yarn. It's so soft and silky and beautiful, and I love the colors. I just never found anything to make with it, so I finally decided I was going to make a crochet v-neck sweater. My acquisitions. Let's get into acquisitions. Fun, fun, fun. So I actually have a few, which is really cool, probably because it's been so long since I've talked to you. So let me grab the first one right here. This is a yarn bowl, or I guess it's just a bowl. It's just like a little bowl. But I've been using it as a yarn bowl I just set it on my desk, and then when I am crocheting or knitting or something, I just plop the yarn in here really quick, and it helps kind of contain it a little bit just so it doesn't fall on the floor and get fuzzies all over it. So it's been really fun. This was a gift from my friends Mark and Lindley, and he 3D printed this for me for Christmas. And it's this really fun knit texture, but it's 3D printed, and it's so fun. I love it. I love this. I love the green. I think it's just a really good thing to have, and I love it. And then the other one I have is a bag that I want to show you. This is my newest project bag to add to my collection. I actually got it from an estate sale. So my mom and I went to this estate sale, and we found a couple good things. I found this, and it was full of like charms and beads and I guess jewelry making stuff. So that was kind of fun to find and go through and see what I wanted out of there. It's the perfect like crafting bag. So it's a zip top, and then it has long straps like this, great for carrying on your shoulder. And then it has these front pockets that used to be Velcroed shut, but the Velcro is like, it came off of, I think it was just stuck if you're here. I don't think they like sewed it down or anything. So the Velcro is like peeling off of the pockets. But there's 2 pockets on the outside, and then there's pockets all the way around the inside. So there's pockets everywhere, on the sides, in the corners, like there's pockets everywhere, all the way around, and that's so nice because not that pockets are necessary for a bag, you definitely don't need them, but if you just have some extra like tools or, you know, paper that you want to keep with the pattern and everything, some extra needles that you're not using, if instead of just throwing everything in here, you can just tuck everything in the little pockets. And I love it because there's still plenty of room for your project down here, and then these pockets are just all around. So I don't know, I love it. I think it's so fun. And also this fabric is just so cute. And then the last acquisition I have is just a fun little decoration that's actually right back there. This is a little crochet hanging plant that I got from a family friend of ours. My mom bought it for me from, like I said, a family friend. She crocheted it, and it's this cute little monstera hanging, it almost looks like monstera leaves, but it's like this little hanging plant that's gorgeous, and I love it. I think it's so cute and fun. Definitely, it would be perfect to hang like in your car, or I guess on anything, but I have it hanging up there because I just thought it would be really cute to show off in videos. So let me go put that back real quick. But yeah, those are my acquisitions. It's going on to life stuff. I've kind of mentioned it a little bit throughout the video, but I wanted to just kind of compile some of the stuff that's happened in the last year. It seems like it's just been crazy. And I feel like we're finally kind of settling back into a routine, into life. I don't know. I feel like things were just crazy and hectic for quite a while. And that's okay. Life happens, you know. Things are always happening. But we bought a house, and so we moved into our house, and it has been so nice. I love it. I'm very happy with it. We got a really great deal. I'm so thankful and so happy, because I know it is so hard, and I feel like even for us, we are blessed to have this house, but if we would have waited any longer, I don't think it would have been possible for us. You know, it's just been crazy. But I'm very thankful for our house, and we're still very much in progress as far as getting a lot of the projects that we want done. We want to paint, which we have some colors picked out for paint, which I'm really excited for. We just haven't been able to take the time or the money to get it done. But hopefully by the end of this year, we'll at least paint one room. If we could do that, I think I would feel a lot better about it. I am just definitely ready to get rid of these plain white walls, you know. However, one thing that we have done actually just this week is our neighbor came over and helped him and Ben installed ceiling fans in not all of our rooms, but in our bedroom and our living room, which we definitely wanted fans in those two rooms because summer is coming up and we live in Texas and it is hot. So I'm very thankful that we will have fans this summer. It is going to help a lot, especially just keeping the house a little bit cooler without running the AC so much. So that is very nice. It also, I feel like ceiling fans just make a room look more finished. And don't get me wrong, I don't want ceiling fans in every single room. I don't think it's necessary. But for like a living room, I feel like it just makes it look more put together, you know? I don't know. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is something that I already mentioned, but our family is visiting. So my Nana, my mom's mom, and then her two sisters, so my great aunts, they're coming to visit in just a couple weeks. I think by the time you're seeing this, probably in like a week and a half or so. So they're coming at the very beginning of June, and they're going to be here for, I think, 3 or 4 days. It's going to be so fun. I'm going to get to give my Nana her sweater, and then we're also gonna stay busy going and visiting things in Dallas, and we also want to go down to Waco, I think, if we can make it on one of the days. That'll be really fun, and if not, then it'll be just fun to see them and go to different fun places. They love going to the or at least my Nana does. She's been before. The other two have not. But to the Fort Worth stockyards. We love going there. It's not too far from us, and it's definitely worth the drive anyway, that I would say. It's so much fun going. You can see the Longhorns walk through the little old town that they still have, and people are all dressed up, and there's lots of good restaurants and stores that you can see, and it's just a lot of fun. There's always a rodeo happening. It's great fun. So maybe we'll do that again. I'm not entirely sure what we'll get up to, but that is definitely going to be really fun. Oh, and then also, not only are they coming, but my sister is flying in to stay for the weekend as well while they're here. So that'll be really fun to have everybody get together and, you know, have a really fun family weekend. And then now I wanted to talk about my plans for knitting and crocheting. I feel like I have a lot of knitting plans. I've just been really feeling it. Let me just try and like speed run this, because I feel like I've been talking for way too long, but I don't know, I like long podcast videos because I can knit and listen to them. Anyway, let me not get on another tangent. So I have like two sets of plans. I have plans for yarn that I have and I need to use. And then I have plans for yarn that I don't have that I will need to get if I want to make them. So for yarns that I have a set of Madeline Tosh yarn that I got also at DFW Fiberfest 2 years ago. But I either want to make the short row sweater or the Pull Celeste. I think those will work really well with the amount of yarn that I have for that. And then I also have, I believe, some Madeline Tosh yarn that I got that I just have never found something that I want to make. So I looked it up on Ravelry, and I want to make either the hemmed V-neck sweater or a Giannis top. I think those will work really well for the yarn that I have. And again, the amount of yarn that I have, hopefully that will be a good amount. And I think those fit the yarn really well. So that's my plan for that. And then the yarn that I have left over from my Soundstone poncho, I want to make that either into a Romola wrap. I don't know how to say it, but this beautiful wrap, I think it would be fun to do another little fade into some of the colors. But yeah, if I don't end up having enough yarn with what I have left over, I think I'm just going to make some bralettes, because I found some good little patterns that should be pretty quick. And then out of the yarn that I have left over from my hummingbird sweater, I think I'm just going to have to make some socks or some hats, maybe some cozies, maybe all of the above, because I have like a decent amount of each color, but nowhere near like a sweater's quantity or something. I don't think I could make I don't even know that I could make a shawl, you know? So I'll play around with it. I'll see if anything, you know, suits my fancy when it comes down to it, but I definitely want to use some of that yarn for something else. And then I want to make this one really brief because I want to make a whole video about patterns that I want to make that I don't have yarn for. So for yarn that I would need to get, I found this 1990s cardigan pattern, and it was only a couple dollars on Etsy. So I went ahead and got it, and it's a nice vintage pattern. So I'm very excited to work that up. So I want to find some really good yarn for that. And then I want to make a lone skein shawl. I saw this in somebody else's video, and I was like, you know what? That is such a fun looking shawl. And I'm not a shawl person. I've never thought to knit one before, because I don't know that I would get much use out of it, but this one looks really fun, and I love that it only takes one skein of yarn. I think that was really the selling point for me. But I also want to make a Darjeeling top and blouse. This has been on my radar for way too long now, and I don't have what I need. I would want to go get yarn specifically for this project. I love the way this looks. I love it. I'm so excited to make it one day. And I have a ton more, so like I said, I will make a whole video of patterns that I want to make, almost like a pattern roundup for you. But those are like my top 3 where I'm like, if I could go out tomorrow and buy yarn, I would buy them for those projects. Thank you so much for watching. I had a blast filming this. I definitely need to get back into filming these. They are so fun, and I love sharing what I've been working on with you. I really hope that you enjoy seeing it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me, and like this video if you liked it. I would definitely want to hear what you're working on in the comments below, so let me know what you're working on, what you've been up to. I've missed you guys. So thank you so much for joining me again, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!